Hi guys, so since summer holiday season is coming around and we've been getting so many comments lately of people saying that they're going to start their own vlogs and vlog their own trips, we thought what we'd do is give you some of the tips that we wish we'd known before we made our big holiday vlog in 2015. Now, this is just stuff that we did, you don't have to do, but it's just things that we found useful or think it would have been really useful to know before we went. Because once you're out there, last thing on your mind is trying to think about vlogging. So get it all out the way first. You actually did a lot more of this than I did. I kind of winged it quite a bit, and you can definitely tell by some of the things that I've filmed that I haven't put as much thought into it as Ash, and that's why all his videos came out a lot better looking than mine. But I did also help quite a bit in other ways. You did, and don't beat yourself up. I've just used cameras a long time now. Like, that's a thing that I've done and had a lot of practice with. And even I found that there was loads and loads of stuff to learn when coming to vlogging because it's just so different from anything I've done before. So we're going to be breaking this up into a few different sections. This week, in this episode, we wanted to talk about what I'm going to call the artistic considerations, but that sounds really pretentious. Making it look good. Kind of. I'm talking like about the style of vlogging and how you think of these artistic choices before you go. I'm trying to think of a better word for it, but I just can't. Fancy. No, that doesn't fit. Interesting, good, right there with you. Fantastic. One of the things that we think is really important to decide before you do anything else for your vlogging, including buying any cameras or even as soon as you start to think about making a vlog, you should really have a think about what sort of style of vlog you want to make. Are you going to be making one of these really kind of like film making type approaches that Casey Neistat and people like that use? Are you going to be making kind of like a popular travel video like you see on Instagram with like the nice tropical house music and like all the nice transitions and lots of white text? Or are you going to be making a more sort of candid, family style talking to the camera type vlog? And there's no right answer. It's literally just what one do you prefer the most? And for me, when we were looking at this, it's definitely the chatty ones. Like, watching vlogs is one of my favourite things to do in my spare time anyway, and I kind of knew the ones I wanted to watch. But, you know, we did quite a lot of research. We didn't just decide. We watched so many Florida vlogs, which I'm really happy about because I really like watching Florida vlogs. But there was a real range of different types, which I really wasn't expecting. I thought they'd all be kind of similar. No, not even remotely. And the way we came to this decision was literally just watching through loads of different vlogs. We watched probably at least like an hour or so of vlogs every single day for about 3 or 4 months. It was so much fun. I loved it a lot. I was like, Ash, it's time to do we need to watch some vlogs. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah. So we have to do it for 3 hours now until we go to bed. And he was like, oh, okay, yes. And the way we think that you should approach it is what you do is you just watch as much content as you can, and you'll start to get a feel of which ones you kind of like to watch. And my advice for YouTube and vlogging and all the rest of this sort of stuff is if you make the kind of videos that you want to watch, you'll reach people that also want to watch those things. And you kind of see it all the time when people make stuff that might not be necessarily their preferred style of watching, and it's just so much harder because you don't know what the audience is looking for because you're not that audience. Whereas if you always make content that you want to watch, you know what you'd like to see, and chances are there are a lot of people out there that like and think the same way that you do and will like to see what you like. So that's a bit circuitous. I've said like a lot of times. Like, you know. Like, you know. Like. But working out what you actually really enjoy watching should really come first. Now, that's not to say that you're absolutely locked into this decision. It's just really good to have an idea of the kind of shots, the kind of music that you might be intending to use, the way, you know, what you're going to need your camera to be able to do, and have a rough idea before you actually move on to the buying the camera stuff, which we're going to talk about next week because that's like a whole thing unto itself. So that's a good way to approach it. And don't be afraid to mix and match. So I kind of really like to see things. This is going to be my great description of what I like when I'm in blend. This is how I described it to Ash when I was like, I really like to see things, like what's going on, and I really like to see in shops, but like what's there so I know what I want to buy. But I also want to know people's opinion, and I actually care about what they thought about stuff. So, but I also want to see things. That's kind of
you know, you can have that quiet just panning around of a shop if we wanted to, because even now I look back and go, oh, should have bought that. The Japan feeling, we should have bought all that skincare stuff. That would have been really cool.
Yes, that would have been amazing.
And I really liked looking for that in vlogs when I was watching them. Like, people would show shops and I'd be like, what are they selling? What can I buy when we're there? But then I also really like to follow along with people because I like getting invested into people, which is kind of where we went with our style. And
that's the great thing about it, is once you know the elements that you liked from other people's video, you kind of mix and match it into what becomes your own style. And just knowing what that's going to be going into it, and knowing, okay, well, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of filming of ourselves, and I'm also going to be doing a lot of filming of shops. I'm not necessarily going to be doing the whole sort of put my camera down and talk to it type thing. I'm going to be sort of walking around a lot. That gives you a much better idea of what you're actually looking for out of your camera, and how you're going to sort of vlog in the end.
So another really important thing to think about, I think personally, is what are you planning to get out of your vlog? Do you just want it to be for home videos, for your family and friends? Do you just want it as almost like a time capsule of what you did at that point? Do you want it for the internet? Recently, actually, I've spoken to so many people and they said, you know, they just made a video, a home video, show their family and friends, and it just kind of happened that way, that a lot of people watched it. What I really loved about kind of what we did is we kind of were having our holiday. None of it was like put on, that was our holiday.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we were conscious that if I was doing something, I should probably talk about it, because if someone will be watching it, they won't know what we're going on about. Like, we were literally talking earlier, I made a video a little while ago of our Disneyland Paris stuff from me as a kid. I'm sitting in a restaurant. I have no freaking clue where that restaurant is. Like, I had to ask the internet, like, where is this restaurant? And it's so nice to be able to sit back and watch a video now and go, hi everyone, we're in, you know, Animal Kingdom Lodge. And then I could go, oh my God, Ash, do you remember when we were in Animal Kingdom Lodge and we did this? Or if I'm moaning in a vlog, I can be like, oh, do you know what? That reminds me when I did this. And you don't have to try and piece together why you were there. You already have yourself explaining it. And I think that's really cool. So for us, we did kind of know that the end goal, that we would like to have it go on YouTube, and we wanted to share it with people because we really enjoy Disney, want to share that experience with people. But at the same time, I think I watch our vlogs more than anybody else. I love it, and I don't think I would film a holiday any different now, because I really love that we have like 16 videos worth of holiday, rather than all my other trips where you have maybe 20 minutes of here's the animals on the safari, here's me filming a ride where no one I know is on it, it's just the ride. Oh, here's the castle and some fireworks, done, brilliant. How did I find that trip? I have no idea, because I wasn't in it. Like, you know, for me, that is kind of why we did it. And I think it's really cool, and I'm really happy with what we got out of it.
And it's really important keeping that in mind, because again, all of these decisions, even if you don't stick to them, but they'll shape how you approach the whole process. And having, even if it changes, even if you change your mind halfway through, or it doesn't end up being what you decided and set out to make, as long as you've got something in mind, it makes it a lot easier to know what you're going to need, what you're working towards, and the way that you go about getting that done. We'll probably talk about this a lot next week, just for sort of camera and equipment purposes. Those are really, really gonna change depending on which style you want and how you want to approach it. So just our first big tip, I think the big summary to take away is have a think about what you would like to make, why you're making it, and who you're making it for, and just sort of really have a think. There are lots and lots of options, none of them are wrong, and do whatever feels best for you and what you would like to most watch.
I second that point.
So hopefully you found this useful, and we will see you next week where we talk a little bit about what sort of equipment and what sort of cameras you might need.
It's me filming.
It is you filming.
I think this is how you do filming in charades, is it?
I don't know, I don't really like charades very much.
Film.
So we will see you next week.
Bye!
Oh, also, if you have any comments or questions about anything that we've said, please ask. We are more than happy to answer anything that we're able to answer. Whether it's about our decision process, whether you want some advice on your decision process, anything like that, drop us a comment and we'll get back to you.
Down below.
Down below. Link below though.
Link below though.
Thank you for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and why not subscribe to our channel. You can also check out one of our other videos that should be on screen right about now.